farmers, welcome back to Goldcrest Valley. Selling the logs I showed you at the end of the last episode. I'm selling them now because with winter coming, they're probably going to get buried under snow if I get any. So we're going to sell these logs now, get the money for them as I can. Bring the logging trailer back, and I'm going to return the dolly that I've been using for transporting this logging trailer around, because I can only have 3 lease items at a time. I've already got 3 lease items, being the dolly for this trailer, I got the water tank for the sheep, and I got the belt for the silage, which I've been selling. If you look at the money, we're up to 400,000. I still got 1 full load of silage and then maybe a couple thousand liters extra to sell. Then we can return the belt, and that'll just leave me with a water tanker, and that frees up 2 slots for the mowers that I need to use, of course, to mow the grass, because that's the chore today, to mow the grass, get it into the silo bunker, compact it, cover it up, and it'll be ready to sell technically next month. But we're going to wait, of course, until December/January when the price is at its best. Let's see. Now we're at the sawmill. I'm actually thinking I'm going to try to back in, which is going to be difficult, into the water and see if it takes the logs there or not. All depends on the map. Some maps will take the logs when you back it into the water, so I just want to see if it will, if I can. I wanted to do it last time I was here. I think I tried, and I failed miserably. I think the trailer tried tipping over because I was too full. So usually when you back into the water, let's see, now I need to turn it this way. Double axles basically is what I'm turning on here. So once it gets into the water, it should just go ahead and disappear. Famous last words, right? And hopefully I get paid for it, if it actually happens. I mean, of course it is a lot easier just to go to the trigger and sell it that way, but I'm just kind of curious to see if it's active here. That should be far enough. And I don't see any logs disappearing or anything like that, so that's as far as I want to try. I don't want to get too deep because the 8230 may have a problem getting that out of there. I mean, yeah, it's so much easier to do this, but you know what? If you just want to have a little bit of fun, drive into the water and do the logs that way. Kind of like what we did on Silver Run. Am I in the trigger? I don't think so. I think the trigger is a little bit closer than I thought it was. I may have to activate the zone markers. I know where the trigger is to sell the wood. The question is, am I in the trigger? Oh, I'm in the trigger now. 16,000, so it's good. Those logs aren't quite in the trigger, I guess. See if that got them close enough. Alright, let's do it the easy way. These are pine logs, so they're kind of light. Oh, that's right, I got the autoloaders on. Forgot to turn that off, so it doesn't keep grabbing the logs from me. Whoops, now I'm picking up the trailer. Don't want to pick up the trailer. That should be in the trigger. That should be in the trigger. And hopefully this isn't the trigger, so it doesn't trigger me, right? We don't want that to happen this early on. There we go. 420,831 is what we have. So those are the logs that I have cut. I have activated my anger management because I'm running into things. No, I have activated the More Trees mod. That's exactly what it's called, More Trees. So I've already tested it. I went to plant a tree, or buy a tree, a full-grown tree, and I didn't buy it yet. We're not going to buy those type of trees. We want to plant them, but I'm able to plant trees if I want to now. So we may get to decorating possibly next episode, because once I get the grass fields done and compacted, I think we're all set until next spring. Now, I've been thinking about it, so with the money that we have, I mentioned I'm getting a little bit bit of itchy trigger fingers wanting to purchase things because I hate having money just sit there because money sitting up there does the farm no good other than buying stuff. I don't earn money from the bank because I have a positive amount in the bank account. So I think we're going to wait until springtime to buy land. Hopefully through the winter some items will come up that we're looking for and then we can purchase it. But when spring comes and nothing's come up and I still got that money sitting there, I'm not going to spend all of the money that we have, but we'll buy like a lot of land somewhere. So that is my thought process right now. And just remember, we're going to have more silage to sell in December, so that's like another 100 and some odd grand, maybe 110 grand, something like that. We got all the grain that we need to sell. So we may end up with, let's see, by the time we get there, we could have like $600,000 in the bank account by next spring if I don't buy anything, which is a good amount of money. I mean, that could buy me a new combine and almost a really big header. When I mean a new combine, I mean a full-size combine. Anyways, I'm going to bring the logging trailer back. I'm going to try to park that somewhere. So the dolly's going to go back, so I'm probably not going to cut any trees until next season. The belt I still have, because I still need that to load up the forage wagon that we got down there. And once I return that, I'll have 2 free spaces, and then we'll get the mowers. The nice I can't get the wide mowers. This John Deere can't handle it. We'll probably get the same mowers that we've been using often enough anyways, and we'll start cutting the grass. Logging trailer is tucked away until, I don't know, whenever, sometime next season I would assume. Dolly's been returned. Been down to the cow barn to get our full trailer of silage, and like I said, I think we got about maybe 5 grand of silage left. Not money, in liters. Money would be great. I get pretty close to $10,000 per a load of silage. That's including our environmental score bonus. And not too bad up to 5:30, 4:30. As my steering wheel keeps disconnecting for some reason, so hopefully that doesn't continue on. Don't know what's going on there. Got to check the cables later on. But anyways, back to the cow barn. I'll get what's left. We'll come over and sell it because I need a forage wagon for later on for picking up the grass that we're about to cut. And that should empty out the bunker, I think. Did it say bunker empty? I didn't see where it said bunker empty, but it does say 0. And let's see, we got some of that chaff I could use later on. So, yeah, I'm just making sure the belt is empty, which it is. Now, let's go ahead into here, belt systems, and we'll return that. Leaving just the water tanker. Oh, and it put, I changed it over to chaff. Alright, well, I guess we'll just leave that in there, so I guess I'm not selling anymore. Not that big of a deal. See if I can pick this up over here. And then when I go around and pick up grass, it should all be converted on over to grass. Let's not run into the light pole. Or the bunker itself. Alright, that is good enough. Let's go ahead and drop this off right there. Alright, on up to the store. Get ourselves a mower set. I mean, I'll check what's on sale. I don't think anything has changed. But it's always good to have a look, just to be sure. I think last we looked, it was a header trailer, and was it a disc harrow for from the horse pack that just got released? All right, there's our leased items. Header, trailer, header. So same stuff has been there. Okay, mower. You know what? Do I want to? I don't think it's what's the leasing fee on the Krone Big M? I mean, I'd still make a good profit. I mean, we're gonna get like 100 grand from the harvest, but let's just wait a minute. That's like 19. I don't think it's worth it still. Make the job a little bit easier. Even though these mowers are bigger, the 8230 struggles with the horsepower a little bit. So I would like to use these, but that's 250. Yeah, that's like 350 horsepower required all the way through, and I think our John Deere just has a hard time with it. So nope, not yet. We need those. We need that on there. Yeah, this is what we're going with. It's just so much cheaper to lease this. I mean, the Krone Big M would be nice, and maybe someday. I mean, it would have been, what, just a little bit more than 10 grand to lease. If I was going the Krone Big M way. I'm going to go repair the tractor. That way we got max horsepower that's this thing can have. 1322 for repair. And I think I'll start with the big field. Yeah, so this is the last two fields we're going to be working in this season. But at the beginning of next season, what I'm going to need to do is we're going to go around and spread lime in all the fields because we did create new fields. So those fields are going to need some lime on them. So when we start next year, we'll figure out what fields we're going to plant first and start spreading some lime in. And then we can go around and start planting in them while we spread lime around the other fields. Oh, you're turning there anyways? Alright. My bad. Alright, lower that down. Alright, are we on swath? No, we're not. Swath dropping would be good. Turn that on. Make ourselves a little bit of room down here to turn around. So of course we do expect off these two fields, we've been seeing 550,000 liters. So we should be right in the same ballpark. It struggles to want to back up. And even going forward. Okay, shouldn't be struggling that much going forward. Why are we... Is there a hill there? I mean, there's a slight hill. Yeah, so why are we not really gaining the speed that I thought we would? Yeah, so even these mowers right here put a strain on our tractor. Getting the bigger set would be nice, but that I think we'd have had a lot of problems with it. I don't remember having any problems with getting up to speed in this field, though. So, I don't know if this is a thing. As I get more hours on the tractor, even though it's fully repaired, does the horsepower slowly drop even though it's fully repaired because I got a lot of hours on it? Or does the horsepower drop only happen because of the repair status? I thought it was just because of the repair status. And I think that's the way it is, but... Now we're getting up to, you know, the speed that we should. So I think the thing I need to do here is don't stop, because getting up to speed takes a while. Now we'll get a little bit more on the edges. Every little grass blade will count. The mowing doesn't take the longest part. Actually, it's going around and picking up the grass in the forage wagon, getting it to the silo bunker, and then compacting it. As long as you compact it as you go, that job doesn't take as long as it feels like it does. Yeah, just keep the throttle down here, and I think if I can keep up at 14 miles an hour, that'd be great. So what I'd like to do is just get myself a little bit of space, try to pick the right distance to go so the working width is where it needs to be. Yeah, so going this way, I'm slowing down. You saw 14 going the other way. Slowing down to 8 going this way. 7. And yes, I could bump up the horsepower in this tractor here, but we're just waiting for the store to say surprise, and yeah, we'll wait until next spring to see what happens. I mean, we're talking all the way to March before we really get back into the field work after today. So we'll have, you know, from now until we got November, December, January, February, we got 5 months of the store just cycling through implements and whatevers. So fingers crossed that we get one that we're looking for. There was one in the store a while ago, but we really didn't have the cash for it back then. It was one of the class tractors, and I think the store was selling it as like a 300 horse, but we could have upgraded that to like a 450 or something like that. But at the time, we did not have the cash for it. Well, what I think I'm going to do, because you've seen this process quite a bit yourselves, I'm going to be at this for a little while. I think I'll even start picking up the grass on the back end, and or on the front end, and I'll bring it back when I get near the end. With the forage wagon, we'll be picking up the remaining of the grass, probably down by the silo bunker. And we'll get that compacted. It'll be mostly compacted, but we'll finish compacting it, cover it up, and that'll be ready next month. But of course, you know, we got to wait until the best price now. And since we won't be cutting this grass again until like, I think May will be the next time this grass gets cut. So we don't have to empty out that bunker for a while, but definitely be selling it like we always do December and January. Yeah, I don't remember the tractor slowing down like this mowing before going this way in the field, but it is what it is. All right, I'll see you. Well, it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon now. I'm running at 2 times speed, so you can kind of figure out how long it took me when I bring it back. Well, right on cue, 5 o'clock in the afternoon, so that means I've been going at this for an hour. But progress, of course, has been made. The big grass field's all taken care of. I already picked that on up. So I got a few more loads here to pick off the small grass field. Now, when I got halfway through mowing the big grass field, I figured out what my issue was with why the John Deere just couldn't get up to speed, is because I got the wrong mowers. I usually get the Kubota set, not the Vicon. I think it's called the Vicon set. The difference being is not the working width or anything like that. The big difference is the horsepower requirement. The Vicon needs 240 for the butterfly mowers, while the Kubota set only needs 200 horsepower for the butterfly mowers. So that's why I wasn't getting up to speed the way I used to. So, but you know what? The job got done. It probably took me just a little bit longer to get it done, but that's fine. I don't have anything else to do this month other than the sun is setting earlier, but then again, that's what happens in the fall, right? So I've been keeping my eye on what's been going into the pit, the silo bunker, and we are just shy of 500,000 liters in there. So by the time I get another full trailer and any extra I'll have over, we should be right normally where we are. And I got it mostly compacted, although I just put a couple more loads in there, so it's probably like at 78, 80%, somewhere around there. Yeah, I am thinking in the future how to speed up this progress just a little bit. These two fields here, as you just saw, took me an hour, which is, not that bad. But I'm thinking in the future we could, once we have the money and the means, forage harvester, probably. So a forage harvester can mow the grass and it'll shoot it right back into the trailer. I can hire a worker to, be in the forage harvester, and I can go beside it and unload it. We kind of did the same thing back on No Man's Land when I was forage harvesting the corn and making maize chaff and compacting that into the bunker and fermenting it. Just that we'll be doing it with grass, that's all. And that is all. Yeah, so the mowers have been returned. So the only thing I got leased currently is the water tanker. And I definitely want to keep that through the winter months because I got to give the sheep water in the morning and in the evening as well. So I'd like to keep that up there. Of course, if a tanker comes up for sale, we'll buy it. And that way I'll just take another, free up another item on the list. That's the only thing that we got leased right now. I'll double check. And of course, we'll double check on the store here in just a moment. I was actually thinking I was going to get to November this episode, but I think, whoops, I'm full. I think what we'll do is, just because November through the winter months, I think we'll just do that all next episode. So a lot of selling and a lot of speed ups as well. I mean, just breezing on through the day. Taking care of the animals won't be too bad. We don't have that many cows to deal with. And of course the sheep may need some hay along the way, along with the water. So there's 500,000. So am I not going to get to 550 on this cycle? Unless I get about 20,000. Do I got 20,000 liters of grass left? I don't think so. So where did I lose a little bit of the yield is the question. Not too sure. I mean, it's not that far off. It could be because the fields require some lime, and maybe I'm losing like 2 or 3% there. Yeah, we're getting to the bad stage of the lime, so that's probably where I'm losing it little by little. Can I kind of tell how the lime is looking? Let's go soil types, pH, yeah, pH level. Yeah, this field is needing some help. And I mean, all the fields, and of course we got some areas that don't have lime at all. So we got to take care of that. But yeah, we'll be doing that next spring. Let's get this, well, it was 10,000 liters, so that's more than I thought it was. Do have little pieces here and there, but not enough for me to go around. And I didn't run out of silage additive this time. I've learned, make sure the forage wagon's full of silage additive, do the big field, and that pretty much takes the whole tank. And then when I come back on down here, top it off, and we're good to go. I'm going to get stuck up here, I do believe. I'm going to go back and forth with the load I got in there, because the more tires and the more weight, the faster it will compact for you. I was looking at the compact level, and I didn't even look at how much for liters we got in there, because if I add, and it's not too hard, I got 10,000 liters. Alright, so we're just shy of 540,000 liters, so yeah, I think if our pH level was more up to par, I think we would have been kind of close to where we need to be. But things are looking rather well. Things have gone rather well, so we're ending up year number 3, but of course we got a lot to sell here in the winter. Gonna have all this silage here. Price today for silage, just so we get a rough idea. I got about $100,000 today from it. Price for silage today, time has passed, of course, that's wood chips. It was like at 170, but all right, so the price ain't gonna be that much better. 177. So yeah, I'll probably just get another 100,000 from that, which will get us up to 525. We'll just say, and of course I got a lot of grain to sell, and it should be. I don't know how much grain I had last year, but I think we'll get $100,000 from all the grain we're gonna sell. Actually, you know what? We can kind of tell here. Let's see. The wheat, I'll probably sell some of that. The barley, we'll just sell all that. So let's see. We're just going to say I'll keep $20,000 worth of wheat. So that's 30, 60, 80. All right. So we got over $100,000 worth of grain to sell. And that light we paid for last season's coming in handy. It just popped on for me. So now they got it compacted well enough. I don't think I'm. Well, don't say it, Peanut, because you're gonna get stuck at some point. I haven't been stuck yet. Right, 96%, and I'll try to get what I can at the other end of the pit. When I started putting the grass in here, I was like, I don't want to say a third of the way in, but pretty far in, because I knew as I kept going in and out, the chaff was going to keep spreading on out and spilling out of the bunker. Wait, was that 100%? 99%. All right. I'm stuck on the forage wagon. I can't back up. All right. Oh, well, that's a tab there. I was actually stuck. I couldn't. I don't know. Oh, just absolutely stuck there. Well, let's grab this chaff that spilled out. Now I'm noticing, because I mentioned this before, as I pick up the chaff that's on the ground, the silage additive is not going down, so I don't get another 5%. We were trying to find a way for that to happen, but yeah, I'm not going to keep on getting an extra 5%. If I just keep tipping the chaff on the ground, not going to work out. I'm going to call that good enough. Of course, as I go over it, more is going to spill out. 100%. That's all in the pit, covered on up. Bunker silo was covered. This side, got it all. I'm sure on the other side, I did not. I'll go have a peek. Having that light there is nice, but yeah, I probably should have placed it maybe on the side of the pit. But you know what? It's not too bad. Let me just double check on lease items. So yeah, we just got the water tanker, and in the store, well, someone bought the header, but they didn't want the header trailer, but that trailer is too small for that header. And the horse disc harrow, or is that, no, that's just the shallow cultivator. So yeah, we are pretty much done here for the farming season. All the animals are good except for the sheep. I'm sure the sheep, water, oh no, they're fine for water actually. So I don't have to give them water tonight. Food, I'll probably have to give them food here pretty darn soon. But let's go ahead and speed up time until 8 o'clock. And we'll double check on the store. Yeah, I would like to do more in-cab stuff, but it's framey for me. So but maybe it's not framey when I edit the video, kind of like on Hinterland, when it gets framey for me when I get around the warehouse. All right, we'll just turn the speed down there. 8 o'clock, double checking the store. It's only been a couple hours. No change there. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the farm. I'm going to park this stuff up. I got the combine and the header to wash. I'll put that away. I'm going to wash this John Deere and the forage wagon, so it'll look nice and clean when I use it in about 2 months' time. But next time I see you, it'll be the morning of November, and yeah, we're pretty much just checking on the store, speeding to the day, checking on the animals, sell stuff. December is going to be a big month of selling. So yeah, we'll see how much money we bring in and see how much money we are going to spend. But that's going to do for today, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always. I'll catch you again right here in Goldcrest Valley. But until then, have a good one. I think this is my turn. It's so dark I can't tell.